Hello, and welcome to your pathway to Smarter IT, the podcast where we dive deep into the latest trends, strategies, and insights shaping the IT landscape for businesses of all sizes. I am your host, Patrick Domingues, the owner and founder of Zevonix, where we are passionate about making IT simpler, smarter, and more secure for our clients. Thank you for tuning in today. Whether you are a small business owner trying to scale your operations, a nonprofit striving to protect your sensitive donor data, or a healthcare provider navigating the challenges of your digital transformation and patient care, this podcast is for you. And if you didn't know already, we're here to equip you with the knowledge you need to make informed decisions about your IT strategy, decisions that can save you time, money, and quite frankly, a lot of headaches. So let's get to it. Today, we're tackling a topic that has been gaining traction across a few industries. Outsourcing IT. Why does it make sense? What are the tangible benefits for organizations like yours? And importantly, how does partnering with a managed service provider like Zevonix ensure you stay ahead of the curve? We will cover all of this and more in today's episode, Why Outsourcing IT Makes Sense. All right, so before we dive in, let me try and set the stage for you all. At Zevonix, we have years of experience helping SMBs, nonprofits, and healthcare organizations navigate their IT challenges. I've seen firsthand how outsourcing IT can transform organizations, not just in terms of cost savings, but also by fostering innovation, improving security, and driving growth where needed, through automation. So let's go ahead, grab your coffee, settle in, and let's explore why outsourcing IT could be the smartest decision you make this year or the next year. All right, so let me go ahead and create the image and the case for why outsourcing IT is great. Let me start with a story and we'll go from there. Imagine a nonprofit called Community Care Connect. It might be a real name, it might not, it's just generic. Their mission is to provide low-income families with access to food and housing resources. However, they are struggling to maintain their donor database, which is plagued by outdated software, and it crashes a lot. The donor had many complaints and they were continuously rising. So their operational costs went up, right? Their database kept crashing. A lot of man hours were put into, try and resolve the issue, get services back up and running, but it was always an issue. They kept on patching their systems and it would break something else. So it was not good. At the same time, let's consider a mid-sized healthcare provider. Let's call it Green Health. So they were dealing with a surge in patient demand for telehealth services. They were overwhelmed by the need for secure video platforms and to maintain HIPAA compliance. It was difficult for them to keep up, and their IT team could barely keep up. But, business growth is great, right? There's just growing challenges. But nonetheless, these stories aren't quite unique. In fact, 58% of nonprofits and 67 or so percent of healthcare organizations report IT challenges that directly hinder their mission critical work. The solution, where I'm going with this, is outsourcing IT. Their internal IT staff don't have the bandwidth to work on major issues. And if there's an explosion in business, where you gain many clients, customers, patients, it would require you to get more IT into the business, and your current IT staff, in-house IT staff, just can't keep up with that. Once you go, with an outsourced company, they can quickly turn around things that you need, maintain staff and knowledge that you need for your business to grow, and provide automation where it makes your business agile. So it's all good things. So one more story here. So when Community Care Connect partnered with Zevonix, we streamlined their donor management system. We migrated their data to a secure cloud platform and implemented automated backups for disaster recovery, right? That's always needed. Backups are always needed. It's a godsend. We have reduced system downtime by around 40% and enabled their staff to focus on their mission rather than technology. For Green Health, we deployed a telehealth solution that met stringent HIPAA compliant standards, and it ensured patient data security while cutting platform costs by around 30%. So they were very pleased with that. So I said all this just to demonstrate how outsourcing IT can provide some immediate relief while setting the stage for your long-term business goals and success. Now, there are some myths that I'm going to have to debunk here about outsourcing IT. There are pros and cons, but let me go ahead and clear up some common misconceptions about outsourcing IT. One of the most pervasive myths is that outsourcing IT is only for large organizations. Well, the truth is SMBs, nonprofits, and healthcare providers of all sizes really would benefit from outsourcing IT. For instance, some worry that outsourcing IT might be too costly, and that does exist. Depending on your business and the MSP business that you do outsource IT with, one may be less, one may be more, but it comes down to really deciding on the MSP that best fits you in regards to yours and their business maturity, right? That way you'll gain great synergy working together. Yes, I said the word synergy. And for the use case, that word fits perfectly here. So let's take a moment and go back for a moment and talk about the costs. Outsourcing could be too costly, right? That's what we were covering. Consider or put this in your head. If you were to hire a full-time IT specialist, what would that cost? On average, that could range, depending on skill set and years of experience, right? Don't want to step on anybody's toes. That could range from $50K to $80K, right? An IT specialist in salary alone. So let's add benefits, training, equipment, and you're looking at well over 100,000. So if you really think about it, in contrast, outsourcing IT with Zevonix, I'm an MSP, right? Starts as low as 1,500 per month, depending on how many users, because we have a user model here. It will give you full access to the team, full experts, advanced tools, 24/7 security operations center to monitor your security and support. This is a fraction of the cost with exponentially greater benefits. All right, you mentioned that we have, access to 24/7 support. They're always monitoring. We have tools, and all this costs money. And that actually would add more to what that employee that you would have on site to work for you, because they're going to need the same thing. They're going to need to be able to protect you, and hopefully be able to capture all the necessities that is required for monitoring a complete network and security and doing their day-to-day by helping you and fixing IT issues and all that, right? There's a lot that needs to be done, and not enough time in a day just for, a single person to do it all. All right, so let me stop there and move on to another myth, which is outsource IT providers don't understand your specific needs. At Zevonix, we specialize in tailoring solutions to your organization. It's in our 6-step model, our 6-step framework, our 6-step Bible, whatever you want to call it. It is the word. That is what we use, is our 6-step framework for everything that we do. Does it fit into that 6-step? If it does, we do it. If it doesn't, we won't force it into our model. So for instance, nonprofits, this might mean integrating donor management software or ensuring compliance with fundraising regulations. For healthcare, it's often about securing electronic health records and enabling seamless telehealth experiences. All right, so now that we covered some of the myths about outsourcing IT, let's get on track. Does it fit into what we cover in the phase of discovery and strategy for the first step? Right? Does it fit? Can we easily uncover challenges of what we're implementing? Can we easily define clear objectives for this new application that we are implementing? And does it align with your business? Next, we move on to, step 2. Can we easily design a solution that revolves around this application or solution that we are implementing? Can your employees easily assimilate this new product? Ease of use, right? It comes down to ease of use. Can it be integrated with your current environment? Or do we have to put it in the cloud? Things like that. When it comes down to step 3, are we able to cost effectively implement the solution? Will it elevate you and your IT system seamlessly, right? With step 4, does it have the ability to stay secure? Security fortification. Like, we implement cybersecurity measures on everything. Can this solution, this platform, keep up with the ever-evolving threats, right? That was step 4. And then what is the ease of ongoing support and optimization for this application, solution, what have you? Is it easy for continuous support? Is it cost effective? Or is it a drain on your IT budget? And the next, last but not least, is growth and innovation. Does the solution we implement have an IT roadmap? Are they going to grow? Because if you as a business, you are striving to grow and you need an application or a solution that grows with you, right? So everything that we do goes through this rigorous 6-step framework, and it helps you and me in the long run with our business maturity journey. I'm sure you know what I mean by that. So that was some of the myths of outsourcing IT. Next, let's go ahead and focus on the benefits of outsourcing IT. So some of the tangible benefits of outsourcing IT for SMBs, nonprofits, and healthcare providers is 1, cost efficiency. By outsourcing IT, SMBs, nonprofits can allocate more funds to their programs and services rather than their overhead. One of our clients, a nonprofit focused on youth mentorship, they saved about 25% on operational costs just their first month. By outsourcing their IT to Zevonix, we were able to make them a little bit more agile and reduce complexity of their environment to save costs. For healthcare providers, savings often came from streamlining their operations and patient care. For instance, Green Health saved about $60,000 in 6 months by consolidating their software licenses and eliminating the complexity that they had in their environment introduced by their on-site IT help. So what is the next benefit of outsourcing IT? Advanced security. So cybersecurity threats are at an all-time high, with about 43% of attacks targeting small businesses. One breach can devastate a small company, compromise trust and patient care. At Zevonix, we provide a comprehensive security solution, including managed detection and response, regular vulnerability assessments of security and compliance, and we also provide employee training, and we also test them on it. One healthcare client reported a 90% reduction in phishing incidents within the 6 months of adopting our services. And that was through extensive training. We would provide digital flyers. We emailed them videos, cybersecurity awareness videos, and they were informative and interactive. And we also did a little bit of testing, some test phishing to see where these employees were at. Not only that, so it also takes some time to reinvigorate the team, your team, to really think about cybersecurity, and that it is also up to them to make a difference for the company. All right, so next benefit is scalability. SMBs, nonprofits, healthcare providers, what have you, often experience fluctuations in demand, fluctuations in business. For example, a healthcare clinic might see a spike in patients during the flu season, right? That's a given. Or a nonprofit may launch a major fundraising campaign during the holidays, and they get a lot of traffic and hits for that. Outsourcing IT ensures that you can scale your systems up or down as needed without costly investments in new hardware or staff. My solutions that we tend to implement, are because they have gone through our rigorous 6-step framework. So it's one of the requirements. So benefit number 4, innovation and growth. So outsourcing IT frees your IT team, or just your team in general, it depends if it's co-managed or not, from the routine of maintenance tasks, allowing your team to focus on innovation for your company. For example, a nonprofit client of mine used the time they saved to focus on a project they really wanted to get off the ground, which was a mobile app for volunteer coordination. And it depends on your business. For them, that was important to you. For you, you may have something else that you're inspired to get off the ground. And hopefully Zevonix is taken along that journey. All right, so let's move on from the benefits of outsourcing IT and let's hit the long-term impact. What is the long-term impact of outsourcing IT? Well, it isn't about solving immediate problems. It's about positioning your business, your organization for future growth. So in fact, small businesses, medium businesses, nonprofits that outsource IT may look different from case to case. But those companies that do outsource IT, they tend to grow faster by 20-30%, while other companies that do not outsource IT, they obviously grow slower, right? Because they don't have the operational efficiencies to push the company forward quicker. Okay, let's return to the nonprofit Community Care Connect. So with their IT challenges resolved, they expanded their donor base by 40%. And they launched 2 new programs within the time frame that we've had them. Similarly, Green Health improved their patient satisfaction by 25%, from what I was told, thanks to their streamlined telehealth services and their intuitive patient portal. So, now that being said, some of these success stories underscore the transformative impact of outsourcing IT. By partnering up with a trusted provider like Zevonix, SMBs, nonprofits, and healthcare providers can achieve their missions more effectively while staying ahead with technology requirements for their industry. All right, so as I wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with this thought. IT is not just a support function, okay? It's a strategic enabler for your business. And by outsourcing your IT to a trusted partner like Zevonix, you can focus on what matters most, like making a difference in the lives of those you serve. All right, so that being said, if you enjoyed today's episode, please do me a favor and subscribe to Your Pathway to Smarter IT and leave me a review. If you have questions or topics you'd like me to cover, please feel free to let me know. Go ahead and visit Zevonix.com and you can fill out a form there or join the live chat to inquire for more information. Thank you for joining me. My name is Patrick Domingues, and I hope you had a great journey towards smarter IT. Until next time, stay secure, stay informative, and remember, there's always a smarter way.